Hey there, Adam here. Episode number 64 of Dadpreneur TV. Episode number 1 of the new year of 2017. And Ava and I, she is playing in the leaves. We have like a little leaf pile and she's jumping in the leaves, having the time of her life. Not knowing what leaves are. I used to have a lot of fun with leaves in Michigan, but she doesn't know what leaves are. So we're playing on a concrete driveway, and now she's spreading them all over the damn street and everything. So this is episode number 64. Wanted to get off to a good start of the year. Amanda's home, kind of the no school today, so it's kind of like a day off. It's January 2nd, but it's kind of like January 1st because all the football games are on. But still kind of, like I said, I wanted to start the year off running strong, so I wanted to start my Dadpreneur TV show, or TV episode, I should say, and I didn't want to miss it today. And again, in true Dadpreneur fashion, you got business and you got being a dad at the same time. So we're outside here, doing some playing and doing some work in here. So setting habits. I have a goal setting strategy that's really worked for me. It's a 12-week year. It's a book I read like a year ago. I set some goals last year, 12 weeks, so like 90 days, 12 weeks, 3 months. And it worked really, really well for me. I accomplished more in those first 3 months than I did like in years past, and they were pretty big goals that I set. This year I'm changing it a little bit, and I'm creating habits. So I like to cover 4 areas. I talk about this all the time. Ava, it's okay. I cover 4 areas: mind, health, body. Mind, health, relationships, and wealth. Those are the 4 areas that I try to cover, that I work on every single day. I print off a sheet of paper every Monday, every week, and I check off, I have like 3 to 4 activities in each of the 4 categories. It's from a mentor of mine. They call it the Core 4, working on all 4 of those areas every single day. So I set goals in all 4 of those areas. So I started writing out the goals a couple days ago. I've been thinking about them the last couple weeks, and I started writing them out, actually no, today I did. They were in my head, but I finally wrote them down today or yesterday. I think it was today. And I noticed, I noticed by accident, I guess I could say, they were habits. My first one for mind is I'm doing things a little bit different. Instead of reading more books this year, I'm reading less books, but I'm going to read them more times. It's like soak up that knowledge, Typically, we only read the book once, or at least I do, and I don't know what you retain after reading the book, 10% of it maybe. So I'm going to find those books, and actually I'm going to reread a lot of books that I've enjoyed in the past. The first one is going to be The Slight Edge, probably my all-time favorite book. I'm going to read that first here in January, and I'm planning on reading it twice to just kind of get that, soak up that knowledge, and it's kind of what I talk about, this Core 4 during the daily work. That's kind of what the whole philosophy of The Slight Edge is just doing that little bit every single day, over and 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 over again. So I'm going to read, so my first goal is read 1 book 2 times a month. I guess it's kind of a goal. It's kind of a habit too, though. I have to read every day to hit this habit. The next one, goal is health. And instead of weigh a certain amount of weight, I wanted to weigh 175 pounds. And technically yesterday was the weigh-in day, and I was 178.5, so I didn't accomplish that goal. However, I was down like 8 pounds, I think, so I was still happy in the 4th quarter. So instead of weigh a certain weight by April 1st of 2017, I said work out 5 times a week, and that's just, it's more of a habit, not really a goal. Number 3 is relationships. Family, friends, things like that. And mine is Amanda and I going on a date once a week. So that is the goal of doing that once a week. If that's the habit to instill over the next 90 days, is we got to start going on day dates. Night dates are just too hard with 3 kids and that. It's just such a pain. She gets home from work, she's tired in that. So we're going to do a day date, every Wednesday or Thursday or whatever day it is. That is the goal, is to instill that habit and make it a routine, or make it just a common thing we do. Every Tuesday we go to lunch or whatnot. Hey, look, very careful. No, don't stand on the rock. Number 3 is mind, health, relationships. Oh, I already covered relationships. Health I covered. And the last one is wealth. And so I am selling one of my programs, the Piss Off Boss course, how to do a Shopify store. How to launch a Shopify store. Ava, be very careful. No. And so I have a webinar going that I'm going to be doing weekly webinars. That's kind of another thing that I'm going to be doing. But I want to do 3 sales per day on that course. or average 3 sales, I should say. You know, I'm gonna do a weekly webinar, an idea I got from Russell Brunson. The same webinar every single week, every Thursday. It's gonna be at 10 a.m. right now. It might change, but right now it's 10 a.m. There's probably I'll have a link down below in the comments or in the description, and it's gonna be a weekly webinar. And 52, if I do 52 webinars, I'm gonna be really, really good at webinars, and it'll be the same webinar. You know, I'll add some things and take some things out, but majority of it will be the same webinar. So that's my 4th goal. So I guess I'm kind of doing goals on this Facebook Live, which I wasn't planning on like telling them all, but it's an accountability thing. But again, they're not really goals, they're more of habits. I guess the wealth one, the 3 sales per day, that is kind of a goal. But the other 3 are habits, habits that I want to put into place to accomplish. I know if I do those habits, I will accomplish all that I want to do. I guess I do have one goal. It's for the entire year, and it's to be debt-free, 100% debt-free, and never borrow money again. Maybe on a mortgage, but no cars, no loans, or no credit cards. I haven't had a credit card in years. I paid off credit card debt about 18 months ago. So the video kind of went long, but I'm creating habits. So I have 4 habits, I guess 3 habits, 1 goal you could say I have that I want to, I guess make 3 sales a day. That's kind of a habit that I want to do. What's wrong, Ava? It's okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, I guess that's a kind of a habit. I guess I want to make 3 sales a day, average 3 sales a day, I should say, because I'm going to be doing 1 webinar a week. So hopefully I'm going to be doing 21 sales in each webinar. So again, and that's what I want to do by April 1st. You know, I'm not going to be doing 3 sales a day yet. You know, for January I did 1 sale a day. February I'm at 2 sales a day. March I want to be at 3 sales a day, and by April 1st be averaging 3 sales a day. So I'm slowly getting there. So I'm creating kind of habits instead of goals this year, or this quarter I should say, and we're going to see how it turns out. I have no idea. Like I said, it worked. I set goals last year and it worked pretty well, but I don't like setting that number that you can't control. You know, going to the gym 5 days a week, I can control that. Reading 2 books a month, or reading 1 book twice a month, I can control that. 3 sales a day, obviously that's more of a goal. I can't really control that. And then the relationships, Amanda and I going to lunch, having a date once a week, I can control that. So more of, the first 3 are more of in my control. The 3 sales a day, I guess it's technically outside of my control. But if I know my numbers, you know, and if I got to get a certain amount of leads, you know, and all that, run a weekly webinar, I'm going to make that kind of more of a habit, the 3 sales a day more of a habit than the goal. So that's what I'm doing. Switch it up a little bit. Like I said, I didn't know, I had no idea what I wanted to talk about as I was getting my little selfie stick and I was getting my little microphone in the house. I didn't know what I wanted to talk about. And I was trying to think of something, and I thought, hey, shit, let's talk about goals and habits that I'm doing. Trying to do things a little bit different this year, or this quarter, I should say. So 90-day goals, 90-day sprints, 90-day habits, whatever you want to call them. It's been extremely effective for me. Like I said, I like setting them in 4 categories, the core 4, and then I have a sheet every single day, you know. Family dinners is one of the things that we do. That's one of the relationships things. Playing with the kids. This is my time to play with Ava, although I'm working right now. And then I have other things, daily email, daily live stream. That's my business stuff. That's the wealth stuff that I need to do. I'm going to be doing a weekly webinar. So I have daily tasks, and then I also have weekly tasks that I try to do. Ava, no, come here. Like little love notes for Amanda, like little post-it notes I put like in the on the wheel of her car, you know, like on the horn where you press the horn, like in her underwear drawer, stuff like that, you know, little things like that. That's for the relationship stuff, you know, little post-it notes, you know, and like little goodwill things, and I love you, and thinking of you, and thank you, you know, little things of gratitude, things like that. And then the mindset stuff, the journaling, the meditating daily, the journaling daily, things like that. The reading daily, you know. So again, working on those 4 core areas. I definitely recommend working on those 4 core areas every single day, like clockwork. If it's a Sunday, if it's a holiday, it doesn't matter. I'm always doing that core 4, or trying to, I should say. So that's it for now. Episode number 64. Before you know it, we're going to be what should be about mid-February. I think maybe episode number 100. Pretty cool. Honestly, I didn't think I'd be that consistent with it. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. So that's it for now. Episode number 64. We'll see you tomorrow.